Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Full Timers Podcast.
Hello, welcome.
Uh, I'm Ricky.
And I'm Roeun.
And I'm Vila.
We kind of, okay. You're kind of far away from the mic, Roeun.
Sorry.
He's always lounging.
Yeah, which is
Sorry.
fine, but the
That was
mic
good.
can't really pick you up.
I like it.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit back, just put the mic to your side of your hip.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
So welcome to the Full Timers Podcast, episode 7.
Number 7.
I can't reach the clap button, it's yellow.
Here we go.
Full Timers Podcast, it's a show where we have candid conversations that awkwardly navigates through the nuances of adulthood. Well, we kind of navigate through the stuff. We roughly talk about topics that adults go through because there's no unofficial handbook on how to adult, unless you found one. I don't know.
Or official.
We could be the official handbook. Last week, we talked a lot about video games, and I think me and Ricky agreed that we could have kept going for another few hours about video games.
Yeah.
But this week is kind of a second part. It's E3. I don't know if you guys watch E3. Did you keep up with it, Roeun?
Somewhat, a little bit.
Yeah, I did too. I haven't really kept up with E3.
It's probably different probably since I've been around video games. But yeah, I'll give my take about it.
Yeah. I know E3 was around for a while, but this is the first one I actually followed in a few years, so bear with me. I know, Ricky, you're into this stuff more than we are.
Yeah.
So before we go into E3, I got some fact checking to do about the last episode. So we talked about the first Nintendo release.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It really came out in June of '85. I don't know if we corrected ourselves on that one.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay. That one game, the 2020 game I mentioned, the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So it was called Street Fighter 2010 Final Fight.
Oh,
I looked it up.
Oh, wow.
It's a sci-fi action adventure spin-off.
I remember that game.
It's a spin-off to a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
The character's name was Kevin. It was originally Ken, but they switched it up because they didn't want to seem like it's too on the original Street Fighter, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Bring back Kevin.
The bazooka, the Super Nintendo bazooka, was called the Super Scope.
Yeah, that's right.
The games that were compatible with the Super Scope were T2, the arcade game, which we played at the arcade in our town.
Wow, I would have never guessed that game.
And Yoshi's Safari, I forgot all about that game.
Oh, yeah. That's the game I know it
I
from.
remember.
Yeah, there's more games, but I didn't recognize them. So
Those are the big ones.
I didn't listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Super Scope came with the controller bazooka itself, along with a receiver that attaches to your TV.
Mm.
The Golden Axe characters that we talked about, it was the axe-wielding dwarf.
That's the guy I remember the most.
There was also a Conan type of character with a long broadsword, basically Conan, and an Amazonian woman with a long sword.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was no mage.
So just 3 characters?
Yeah, I don't know where I got the mage from. Probably Gauntlet.
Yeah, I got mixed up
Yeah.
on Gauntlet so much.
Yeah. So that was a quick fact check for those little things we missed.
Right on.
But yeah, other than that, how was y'all's week?
Was pretty good. Just routine work stuff, but nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
That was a plus.
No, that customer you mentioned earlier didn't come by again?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
Not at all.
Roeun, how about you?
I've been all right after a long week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any annoying customers?
Nah.
I had a pretty good week compared to last week. It slowed down a lot. I got all the work I needed to get done finished, so
Right on.
that was awesome. I'm just chilling. It's a slower week. I'm not chilling so much, but it's a slower week for sure,
Yeah.
and I'm happy about that.
Got through the tough stuff.
Yeah. And next 2 weeks is my birthday, so I'll be chilling.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think Roeun's about to pass over his MacBook to you. He needs a Wi-Fi password.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Stall for me.
He needs it for his laptop and his phone.
That means I gotta get my phone to see what the password is.
I know, right?
I'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, have you kept up with E3?
Somewhat, a little bit. See little tweets in here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a few things that caught my attention. A few, not so much.
Yeah.
Anything that caught your attention?
Just technology in general. Cause
Yeah.
technology.
Did you see the new Mac Pro?
No,
It's the desktop computer for Apple,
the one that looks like
the cheese grater.
yeah. Nah,
What are your thoughts? You haven't seen it yet?
I seen the pictures and the renderings, but I never has actually seen the actual thing in real life, how it looks in real life. But the last thing they probably did that was the thing that looked like
The trash can.
cylinder. Yeah.
The trash can. They call it the Mac trash can.
Now.
Not. I mean, jokingly, yeah.
Okay.
I'm tempted to buy the new Mac Pro because I haven't had a new computer in a while.
Yeah, and
it's
been forever.
my MacBook has been slowing down a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And all the kind of work that I do,
Yeah.
I need that processing power. So I'm kind of curious on how much power that could deliver as far as making graphics and stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the market to look for another computer too, but it'll probably be either a Mac or Windows PC. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for sure I'm going to be in the market for a new phone soon because my iPhone 6s, I don't know much longer it's going to be supported.
Yeah, me too. I'll probably go.
Which one do you have?
I have a 7, about a couple years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
showing its age, slowing down.
I'm debating if I should wait to get if there's another iPhone coming out or just get the new XR something, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
What kind of phone you have, Ricky? He's back, by the way.
Hello. I have an 8 right now.
They're still supporting that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, the wireless technology, y'all.
Wi-Fi charging?
Not NFC. I don't think Wi-Fi charging.
No, I have no idea.
I never used the NFC anyway.
What are your thoughts on the new Mac Pro?
I don't know if I saw that.
The cheese grater one? You didn't see it?
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That wasn't a meme.
Yeah, right. The specs look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm so curious about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't looked too into it, so I can't say like price to quality ratio. But
yeah,
they make all those Pro Stand memes. That's all I saw.
Yeah, there were some reports where, obviously, you built your computer with graphics card and stuff. Yep. There were some reports saying like it's virtually cheaper than if you were to build your own computer with the same specs of hardware.
How much is it?
I have no idea. They said the baseline is like what, 5,000, 6,000.
Yeah, I can see that being a little bit cheaper. I'm not a pro at this.
Yeah. But obviously, the joke of that Apple conference was that's stupid. Did we talk about this? That's silly. I'll say silly stand.
You said stupid. It's too late.
Too late.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
$1,000 stand alone. I didn't look it up, but do you know what is so special about it?
No, I don't think it does anything special.
I didn't either, Ricky.
So yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
it makes the PC seem cheaper.
Yeah,
it's the same price as the phone.
Yeah,
just
wild.
The stand itself.
You get an iPhone 10 or a stand.
Yeah,
all that money for some more space you need to have for your material.
Yeah. The NBA Finals concluded last night.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this a little bit in the car, but shout out to my guy. Where's the laugh button?
I was getting that ready.
The purple one. Shout out to my guy, the fun god, Kawhi Leonard. Bringing the first championship to Toronto. That's how they say in Toronto. They don't say the second T. They say the Toronto. Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
I believe that.
Shout out to Drake. I'm sure he's happy making that fire new mixtape right now. First championship in Toronto history.
Yep.
And the guy that invented basketball, James Naismith, is also Canadian. So it all comes full circle.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Gasol brothers, the first pair of brothers to win championship rings in their own respective teams, coming out of Memphis. What else? That dude, Fred Van Vliet.
Yeah, Fred Van Vliet.
Coming out of a small mid-college.
He did really well in the playoffs, man.
Surprisingly well.
Guarding Curry, hitting all those clutch shots. It was amazing.
Was he the scoring leader last night? He had like 28, 20,
if not,
24.
then he was pretty close. Yeah, a lot of the Raptors
Bench.
had 20 plus. So it was fairly even.
Shout out to Kyle Lowry for finally getting his ring.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for DeMar DeRozan. I know he's happy for them, but damn, man.
Yeah.
A year after they traded him. What is that? Like, deep down, does that mean, like, that wasn't good enough, but they could have got it? I don't know.
It's a lot of speculation. I
Mhm.
don't know. Couldn't get into it.
But, of course, the mystery now is now, where is Kawhi going to? Because he's still he's a free agent now.
Yep. Who knows?
Go to the Knicks, man. I'm telling you.
I like him on Toronto.
I like him on the Knicks, but even though it hasn't happened yet, he should go to New York.
We'll see.
No KD. KD's hurt. Get well
Yeah.
soon. Clay, get well soon.
That sucks, man.
I know they said Draymond said they'll stick around, but who knows? Money's gonna talk. I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any speculation with the Chicago Bulls? Are they in the Kawhi hunt?
I don't know, man.
If he could,
That would be a surprise.
if Chicago gets Kawhi, what if Kawhi takes them to the finals again?
And that's it.
What if-
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is taking 3 low tier teams. Well, I wouldn't say Toronto's low, but they got
Teams that weren't contenders.
Yeah, they weren't in the thought of being in the finals.
Yeah.
Man, if he takes the Knicks to the finals next year,
He could.
yo, he'll be the king of New York, Toronto. He'll be the king of Golden State. He'd beat Golden State.
King of North America.
I know.
Canada, U.S.
He'll be the best player in the world.
Unstoppable.
So that's basketball. Want to get into E3?
Sure.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
do
into E3.
All right. So obviously I'm not that big of a gamer that Ricky is. I'm sure I could ruin this the same way. My first impressions of E3. So Sony's presence was not there.
Yeah, I forgot they had said that they wouldn't, or they would skip this E3.
Did
Pretty
they say
much.
why?
I think it was something. I don't know if it's like a PR answer, but it was just like so they can have better focus because they want to do like live stream their games and everything, you know. So it was like you have more attention on just the games
Okay.
itself than the whole presentation and everything.
You think it's like a kind of like a Uno tactic or something, like a poker tactic? Just they want to see what Xbox and so on and so forth wants to do
Maybe,
before they make their next move.
maybe, yeah. But even Microsoft, I think Phil Spencer, like their head at Microsoft, they said that E3 wasn't as fun this year without Sony. And that's
Really?
their competitor, yeah. And
Interesting.
I think that rings true for me, anyways.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot more fun if they had, the big three: Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony all there.
Yeah, I said that. I wrote this down. Like, their absence was felt, and it felt like they didn't have that competitive spirit. And you kind of touched that a little bit. Because I feel like Nintendo, they're competitors, but are they really true competitors? Because they're in their own
Yeah.
outlier. It feels like, to me at least.
Yeah, Microsoft and Sony are more competitors. Nintendo, they do games, but they're in their own lane.
Yeah.
I think they've always been.
I said this last time that they know their audience
Yeah.
and they know what to make for their
Yeah.
audience. So,
Yep.
I saw an article on, I want to say Engadget, that this year the true competitors for Xbox was Google. So Xbox, Microsoft, they announced the cloud gaming.
Yeah.
Was it
The-
Scarlet? Is that what it's called?
The Google thing?
No, for Xbox.
Oh, Xbox. No, Project Scarlet is their next console.
What was their cloud thing then? What was that one called?
It was. Damn, I don't remember.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, there was an article saying that because Xbox is exploring the cloud gaming, then Google was their main competitor in that field. Because Google Stadia is coming
Yeah,
out soon or
yeah.
still in beta. It was called Shadow? That's not Shadow. Is it Shadow? xCloud. xCloud.
Oh, really?
Duh, yeah.
I don't think I even heard of that during.
Microsoft xCloud and Google Stadia hands-on. Why I can't compare them yet. That's one of the headlines for the articles.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, that makes sense for this year. So we ended last episode with like the future of gaming, and cloud games was on that list because obviously Google Stadia was already announced months beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, is that the future wave, the cloud gaming?
I mean, I guess so. If both Microsoft and Google are trying to get into it, or at least they're trying to see what the limitations are
Mm-hmm.
of cloud gaming, the benefits, the disadvantages.
The disadvantage is going to be, the factor is going to be the internet speed.
Yeah, bandwidth and all that.
And from what I understand, Google has like big servers or processors in the cloud somewhere
Yeah.
to process the graphics for us. I don't know. Like, are we paying for that, or just the games?
No, just or the service. Pay for the service, like a Netflix subscription or whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as far as I know, with Stadia at least, it runs at the games are going to run at 60 frames per second, which is not bad.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But if we're like coming from like high end PC gaming, I think a lot of those guys are used to more frames than that, like
120,
120, 144.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm
that's a lot.
used to 144 frames, and not to sound high and mighty, but it's hard to go back once you've
Really?
played at 144. Yeah, like 60
Interesting.
frames, you can tell the difference. Like
Is it because you can see the details better or something?
it's like smoother because it's more frames per second,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
144 compared to 60. It's just just the whole experience is just way smoother animations.
I don't know what the word is. Not indifferent, but because I come from I went to art school, studied video and film.
Mhm.
So I'm so used to being 24 frames per second, as they say 24 frames is what we see in the real world.
Right.
And that's what most movies are filmed
Filmed
in,
in,
24 or 23.95.
Mhm.
So when I see a 60 frame movie, I get thrown off so
Right, yeah.
easily.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I never done gaming in that frame rate, so
Yeah.
I can't really say.
Yeah, gaming's different. Like you said about the like movies and televisions
Yeah.
being at a higher frame than was it 24?
Yeah.
I can definitely tell the difference. It's weird. I
Yeah.
always call that the British filter because I think a
Right,
lot of
right.
those broadcasts they run at a higher frame rate or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's way different when you're playing a game compared to watching at a higher frame rate.
That's true.
Okay. I gotta try it then, because
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. To me, it'll feel funny. I mean, at least watching on a movie like that, it feels funny.
Mhm.
Another impression. I mean, at the end, Xbox announced the xCloud gaming. I knew about Google Stadia for a few weeks, months now. So I mean, watching E3, it didn't feel like nothing was really revolutionary because I already knew about the cloud.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. What do you think? Like, was there anything revolutionary that was announced?
Well, I think the biggest thing to start off with is the Project Scarlet, which is the next gen console.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that goes, it's going to run at like 120
Frames
frames, yeah,
for a console,
or 120 hertz or something. Yeah,
pretty good.
that's double.
A lot of
Interesting.
processor, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
8K resolution,
Oh wow.
20
Yeah.
FPS, high bandwidth GDDR6. I'm just reading all here. Oh yeah, that's the big thing right here. I'm reading. Loading times in games. And same with the PS5 or whatever they're gonna call it.
Uh-huh.
That's a big thing that next gen consoles are trying to cut down on is loading times, where they're just almost non-existent.
I feel like they were always trying to cut that down, right?
Yeah, but now it's like for real. I think where it's just gonna be, or they're gonna try to push for like zero load times.
Right.
Once you load up the game from the start.
I remember one year that some system had announced that, like, there was zero loading times, and I forgot who it was or what it was.
Mm.
But of course, obviously that never happened because we still experience load times.
Yeah, and it is ultimately up to, I guess, the developers of the games to decide it, because all these things it's going to be capable on the next gen consoles, but it's whether developers take advantage of that or not.
Yeah. But I feel like with all that power, they always feel like they want to add more as far as graphics
Yeah,
goes.
push for graphics rather than
So
frame rates.
either way, loading times are still going to be a factor, right? So
We'll see.
yeah. The AMD thing, I did see that, but I didn't follow that when that person
Day
came on
before
stage.
times.
The AMD processor. Did you follow
Oh.
that part?
No, not really. That kind of went over my head too.
Me too.
Okay. Another thing. Overall impressions, I wasn't really wowed by what was announced.
By the whole Microsoft press
Everything
conference.
by E3.
Oh, okay, yeah,
E3.
Yeah.
I did follow Nintendo. I could talk about that in a little bit.
Sure.
Because I have a Switch, obviously.
Yeah.
The one big thing I made note. It was the year of Keanu.
It
So
sure was.
I think I watched Microsoft's E3 while was it a Monday night
Microsoft's
or Sunday night?
it's one of the two. I think maybe
If it was Monday,
Monday.
if it was Monday, I was watching the game while E3 was in the background. So I didn't follow.
Oh yeah,
really,
you're right. Same.
I didn't really
policy.
follow what was going on with Keanu. I know is the game called Cyborg? What is it?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Have you played that? Is this a new one or is this?
Oh yeah, so it's based on a tabletop RPG,
Mhm.
which I don't think I heard before this game came out.
Yeah.
But it's like based on that world, apparently.
Okay.
So
And apparently, I've heard that he's one of the main playing characters in this game. So, if you're a Keanu Reeves fan, which I think everybody is now,
Mhm.
after him being
everywhere.
in Matrix, Neo, and now John Wick, and I don't know if you've seen this Netflix movie yet. Always Be My Maybe.
I remember we watched the trailer for that.
Yeah, I watched it the other night, and Keanu Reeves' character is hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll check.
Anyway,
It out.
Yeah.
on back to E3. Yeah, that's my first impression. I wasn't really wowed. I followed Nintendo more than the other ones. I watched Microsoft and Keanu Reeves as Cyborg.
Yeah. But yeah, with the Cyberpunk announcement though, that wasn't like exclusively Microsoft.
It wasn't.
No.
Oh,
it was just
Bethesda.
CD Projekt Red.
Okay.
was. So it wasn't like I mean they showed it at the Microsoft press conference, but
Yeah.
it's not something that's like an exclusive to Microsoft,
Yeah.
which sometimes they do. So
Now I'm not bashing E3. That was my overall impression. There is some good that I found, like good as far as things I'm kind of curious and excited for, but also I did write down I wrote down unpopular opinions.
Sure.
So, let's go to your first impressions because I'm curious what you
overall of E3, yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat. Wasn't extremely amazed, I guess. There were some really cool announcements that we'll get to when we get to.
Mhm.
But now I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think anything completely blew my mind. Like,
Right.
super amazing. It was some cool announcements and everything, but yeah, that's about it.
What was the year that Xbox One S was announced? Xbox One.
I'm bad at
PS4.
year release dates.
PS4 is probably 2 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Older than that, like PS4, like from the beginning.
Whatever year that was when they announced Xbox One. I saw a video earlier.
Oh, the one it must have been 2 years ago or something.
Remember when whoever announced it was like their Xbox is not gonna have the backwards compatibility, and the game you buy is only linked to that one console.
Mhm.
Remember the whole idea? And PlayStation came out the day after and kind of blew all that out the water, saying our games are backwards
Do all
compatible.
that, yeah.
But the reverse, basically.
Right.
Apparently, that one video I saw, the guy was like, Xbox knew the future of gaming was gonna be on the cloud. That's why they were preparing Xbox One for that type of platform.
Right.
Basically, and was it this whatever year Xbox did eventually catch up to PS4 sales and yada yada yada. So overall, they're saying Xbox already knew this and they were ready for this to happen.
Mhm.
Whereas
Mhm.
PlayStation was always getting ready for the now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate to say. Do you think that way too? Like, you think Xbox was ahead of the curve, even though it wasn't unpopular?
At the time.
Yeah.
I could see that now that you're mentioning it.
Mhm. Like the days of physical games was out of the past.
Yeah.
Where everything's gonna be downloadable type of stuff.
For me, I'm not big on cloud gaming yet.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because of the frame rate thing.
Yeah.
But also, I think because of there's a thing called input lag, where your button presses, it takes a certain amount of like seconds or milliseconds or whatever to for the game to read and have it input into the game. I think with cloud gaming, you're always gonna have more of a delay with that,
Right.
as opposed to having your game like right on the hard drive or on the disk or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think my concern with just cloud gaming in general is just like how responsive it's going to be to
Okay.
your inputs,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I mean, I could be totally wrong. They could release all this cloud stuff and have it be better than what I
Almost
thought it would.
like
be.
almost foolproof.
Yeah, just as good as like physical gaming or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. Did you have other impressions of the?
Oh yeah,
E3?
E3 overall. It did seem kind of smaller too. Even
Yeah.
I mean, we said Sony wasn't there obviously, but even minus that, it seemed to go by pretty quick to me. Just
It was from
the way
what
it was.
Sunday night? It started Sunday night
Yeah,
and ended last night, 2 nights ago.
something like that. But it's like after the Nintendo
Yeah.
conference, there was just like a lot of like recaps and
Mhm.
stuff like that, or
Yeah.
smaller games coming out.
You're right.
So
Any first impressions, Roeun?
No.
he's shaking his head. Nope, he's got no impressions.
We can't hear you shaking your head.
No first impressions with me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still. Yeah.
All right. So how you guys want to start this? So on my outline that I wrote, I put down the good, the meh, and the bad, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the good.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay. Say so we're gonna bash it at the end.
I was thinking the reverse, but
Okay.
whatever y'all want.
Okay. The bad. So I don't know what the boo button is. I think it's the white one, the bottom. Don't press it yet. But unpopular opinion. I think I'm the only one that's not excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
That's the button.
Do you agree?
I'm not excited either.
Count me in too, guys.
All right, that's enough. That's good. Reason being because, well, I don't know if this is fair to say, but I guess it dates back to the game it is, like the turn base.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of that. Even Final Fantasy, I'm not a big fan of that.
Mhm. Yeah, I have nothing against Pokemon. I think it's cool and everything.
Yeah.
I just haven't followed it since the first gen.
Yeah,
That's right.
And again, like you said, the turn base, it's not really my style.
Yeah.
I played some turn based games back in the day.
yeah.
The last one I played was like Dragon Quest 9, which I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not those type of games I can't play like on a regular basis. It's like once every blue moon or something.
What is the? I'm sorry, but what is the draw of Pokemon? The game, at least.
You got to catch them all.
Is that the? I know that's the whole thing, but like, you know how people are so into it, like the turn-based game of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just don't see it. Can you see why people like it?
I'm trying to think because I don't want to just.
Because I am being biased here, but
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to think because I don't want to just dismiss like turn-based games.
yeah,
Even if I'm not the biggest fan of it. Yeah, I think it's some strategy involved, I guess, because
Right.
like you gotta take turns, turn-based, obviously.
yeah,
Take turns fighting. You gotta pick which move you think is best for your turn and
right.
this and that. There's some strategy to it.
Okay,
Agreed.
So
I can see that.
That's
Then.
what I'll say.
I just know that when I did play it for a little bit, I always I build up one Pokemon to be the strongest.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess that's the strategy. I don't know if it's just
Yeah.
the move set or the move selections in a particular order that makes it more strategic. But I just pick the strongest one, and I typically win all the time. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. People probably hate me right now, but
Yeah, I don't know the Pokemon strat, so I can chime in.
so that's one of the bads. Another bad, I think, the whole Nintendo Treehouse conference.
Damn, you didn't like that?
I think it just took too long.
Oh.
Like, yes, they announced some cool games, but they didn't have to go like 30-minute talk about it. You know, I think that's just me.
I liked it.
Like, I want to see trailers and briefly talk about it. I don't want to see anybody. I don't know. I could be.
You don't want to see people talk about it, right?
I don't
want
wanna-
to see it.
I don't want to see people play long in-game tests. I mean, I know that's part of the draw of like getting into the game, but like, I don't know. It just took too long.
Are you talking about like when people are playing like you're seeing like gameplay, people playing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
For
I'm
me-
the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I only want to
no,
see gameplay.
No, I understand that, but I think it's just the personalities of the person describing it also kind of makes it too drawn out.
Yeah, that's a lot of it can get a little cringy and whatnot.
Speaking of cringe, I probably missed it, but were there any cringe moments?
Not as much as previous ones I've
Yeah.
seen.
And
So I think they did pretty good in that department.
it's just going straight forward.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Another unpopular opinion. I didn't care for Halo.
Hmm.
Is that fair for me to say?
I mean, yeah, you don't have no. So
I have some sense of Halo, but I wasn't.
yeah, you don't have a lot of what's going on in the new one, right?
Yeah.
And same for me. I haven't followed Halo since like Halo 3. And then again, like, because I finished Halo 1, 2, and 3, but I wasn't really big on the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So watching the trailer for the newest one, I had like no clue what was going on. And
Right.
but it's cool just to see him because he's such an iconic character. It's cool to see him come back,
Yeah.
and happy for the fans that
That
are
liked
into
Halo.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable. Again, this is my biased, unpopular,
No, yeah,
bad
that's
opinions,
cool,
y'all.
man.
So,
This is great to hear. I like
Um,
it. I'm a fan.
kind of, not really a. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess another unpopular opinion, but I just saw. We're looking at the Kotaku site right now.
Yeah.
I just saw the slider for the Avengers A Day.
Yes.
Okay,
Can
so
we talk about that?
What's that all about?
two things. You're kind of too close to the mic. Two things about that. I am excited for it. The bad part is it feels like it's not done. Obviously, it's not done, but what they showed is not done.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Like the graphics look
Like
pretty.
it's a
bad.
really early like demo. or
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
also, from what I gather, is it an action adventure type game with a story base?
I think so. Like they were kind of vague about the whole thing.
Yeah,
Um,
because what I saw, it did look like a gameplay, but I couldn't tell if it was like a cutscene
Right.
or a gameplay.
yeah, because there was no like HUD or
Mhm.
anything. The one thing that throws me off, or not the one thing, but the biggest thing that throws me off is, the characters. It's been pretty recent as a recording since Avengers the movies.
Mhm.
So it's kind of weird seeing the Avengers, but not as the
Actors,
the Hollywood actors.
but even the models they used didn't look. I guess not heroic. Is that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
Agreed.
Like to me, they seem pretty generic. Like they don't look recognizable. or
The other
anything.
thing was
Or
the
somebody made
costume.
it on Photoshop or something.
Yeah. Another thing was the costume designs they chose. Like the Captain America one looked like somebody's cosplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one right here.
Iron Man looks fine. I mean, if you mess up Iron Man, that's probably gonna be a bad game.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying about Captain America though. It's
Like the costumes just doesn't look right. Even though it's just a different design, it's just not. I don't know. I feel like it's not. I don't. Is it because it's not snug? I don't
It's-
know.
Maybe they hired some new guy that just graduated from MIT or something.
Yeah.
Mm. That one I'll have to see more about.
Yeah. I'm just
before-
now. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm at that level.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think Nintendo had announced a remake of Zelda, one of the Zelda games.
Yeah, Link's Awakening.
That's Super Nintendo.
That's
Or
Game
six-
Boy,
Game
I
Boy.
think.
Oh wow.
Game Boy Color.
Oh wow.
I think I had that one.
Remember he's stuck on an island. I don't know if you play that, but
Yeah. I saw a demo of that. Like, for me, it's like, why would they remake that? But again, fans probably enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll save it for the good. But they had another announcement for Zelda too. I think that's all I have wrote down for the bad
of Nintendo.
of E3.
Oh, overall, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't follow all of it. I just saw what I could watch and articles I could find. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all of my bads.
Cool.
My meh.
Bad in
The
the
meh and then the eh. Ruin, you got any bads? He's shaking his head
That's
again.
still a no.
We can't hear you shaking your head.
No, that's a no from me.
A
That's
no for me,
that-
though.
That's a no. I know you got some bads on this, right?
Not as much as you might think.
Okay.
So,
So I probably had a lot then.
yeah. 'Cause,
Okay.
Again, for me, it was like I don't want to be like, oh, this thing is just bad, because some people might like some
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So the only one, and it's the bad. This bad is lessened now because I figured out what it actually was. But during Microsoft's conference,
Yeah.
did you see Lego Forza Horizon?
Yeah. Okay. I forgot to write that one down, but I saw that.
Yeah. So I was so confused about that. Like, did anyone ask for this? Like, I don't
Yeah.
get it really. I thought it was a whole game, but it turns out it's just like a DLC pack,
Oh,
which is like, okay, that means they didn't really like spend too much resources like trying to make this thing.
yeah.
So I think that bag gets
Okay.
reduced because I thought it was full game at first when I first saw it.
So that meh is now a eh.
yeah, sure.
or
It went from bad to
Meh.
I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't really stand out.
Gotcha.
I guess. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I got. I mean,
Dang, that's it?
yeah. Again,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it's all up to opinion on what's good, bad. I don't want
And the
to.
meh. Like you said. The meh.
There's a saying, don't yuck people's yum.
I never heard that one, but yeah, I guess
I heard it on a different podcast, but I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I like it.
it sounds like they were referring to exotic foods.
No. It's just a
Okay.
saying. I'll tell you about it.
Okay. Dang, that's it.
That's it?
Okay.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I don't hate on too many things.
Yeah. Before we go into my highlights of E3, there is a middle ground that I did pick, which is mostly stuff that I'm curious about. I have no opinion on. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I have a couple middle ground things too.
Yeah. Cool. So my first one that caught my attention for the middle ground, I'm curious about highlights, is a game called Outriders. Did you see that?
That sounds
Did it-
familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen a trailer, but I just don't remember what it looked like.
I think there was gameplay for it, but from what I saw, it was like some fire surrounding this woman.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you if that was that one.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about it because it did look interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have no context of what the game is,
Right.
so I really cannot say any more other than it just looks interesting.
Yeah, I did see this trailer. And see, that's the thing about game trailers, is it's so hard for me to I guess pass judgment on them until I see actual gameplay.
I see what. Yeah, I see.
A lot of games
I
that
feel
have
the same
really
way, too.
nice, really nice cinematics and everything.
Mhm.
But until you see gameplay, you don't see what it's like actually about.
And
That's
bugs
right.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll kind of retract my previous statement where it was boring to watch gameplay. It was more so the personalities that I was talking about
Right.
it. So that I'll say that for
Yeah,
sure.
fair.
Another curious game I had written down. So it's Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft announced Roller Champions.
Yeah.
Did you follow that? It looked
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that one because that's supposed to be, they're calling it a competitor to Rocket League,
Mhm.
which, if y'all don't know, it's car soccer basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, Roller Champions, it's roller derby, like 3 versus 3.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You do lap around the little roller derby ring.
Is it just a racing circuit or is it like a sporting, like a ball scoring?
Yeah, ball
system?
scoring, and I guess racing to an extent.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
They had an open beta from, I forgot when, to like today. Today
Yeah.
is the 14th. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they just closed the beta for it.
Oh dang.
Yeah, but Jeremy played it. He said it was a lot of fun. I didn't go on it, but
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what that's all about.
Yeah. For me, it's more so. Yes, it looks fun, and I'm sure it is fun. But how long can it be fun after you get tired of it? You know,
That's right.
like I kind of got tired of Rocket League for a little bit.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Me,
don't know.
I still love Rocket League. I think you
Yeah.
know that, but
I think I just suck at it. That's probably why.
yeah, for me, the draw of Rocket League, like it's still at its core, still the same game it was since it released 2015.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of depth in the mechanics, where you can keep getting better and better,
Mhm.
and a lot of it is just working on your mechanical skills and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the draw to me. So if Roller Champions can be like that, where it has really deep mechanics that you
Mhm.
can just keep refining, then it'll stand the test of time. But
Okay.
if it's just very basic gameplay, like kind of mindless, then it won't. I don't think it'll go very far.
Is there a number of games that comes to your mind that stands the test of time? Metal Gear Solid.
To me, anyways.
Yeah.
Not everyone would
Yeah,
agree with
yeah,
that, but
yeah.
yeah.
I got one. But I wait for you, too, to finish.
Okay. And I might be biased, but trying to be non-biased, I would say Team Fortress 2. which I mentioned.
I've heard
the
that game
last
so
one.
many times. I don't know. I never played
Just great gameplay design until they kind of messed it up, but we'll talk
Ooh.
about it later.
it. Oh.
Counter Strike, that's another Valve game.
I remember you and Jeremy always talk about that game.
Yeah.
Or he does. CS.
Yeah, he still currently plays it, I think. But
Yeah.
like me and David played it a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
1.6, if anyone knows what that is.
I remember that game.
Yeah, but that one, solid gameplay, stands the test of time.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think Mario always will
Oh
always
yeah,
be.
the physics, the way the jumping works, is
Yeah,
everything's so
Mario
satisfying.
never dies.
It's pretty much always the same game. So
Yeah,
Yeah, every iteration he never dies.
like high quality every time. It's
Mhm.
crazy, like how good they can make those games and
Yeah.
still be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still talking about that?
If you want, it kind of.
Just one more, because we're on the topic of Nintendo Zelda.
Yeah.
Their formula, like just the way they do the dungeons and getting items and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, they took a different turn with the
Breath
latest
of-
one, Breath of the Wilds, but
Yeah.
that paid off too.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that sequel in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Does Contra the same way? I know they released a new one. I saw it on the Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, it was like a remake or something, right?
It's a remake.
I think so.
I
The
haven't-
thing I saw on E3, it was like either a remake or a new game or something.
That's your game, Ruin Contra.
Yeah.
Another game that I had in mind for I'm curious about. It's probably gonna be bad. I'm not sure, but it's typically adaptations of movies. or
Oh
games
yeah,
are typically bad. Blair Witch game
yeah. See, that looked really interesting to me.
because the guy's only weapon, quote unquote weapon, is his camera or his way of surviving.
Which looks, I thought it was Outlast 3.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh.
the camera and everything. So I was like, oh, this must be Outlast 3 or whatever.
So when I saw the trailer, you guys could look it up on your own time, I guess. But when I saw the trailer, the character that you're playing as, has a camcorder. I don't know what decade it is, but it's a camcorder, and it reminded me of a horror game, Fatal Frame. We talked about this in the car earlier.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why I was kind of curious because it kind of had that element to it
Yeah.
of just the camera,
Mm-hmm.
of your way of seeing and I guess surviving. So I was curious about that. But of course, Blair Witch is probably not the best of the horror series, but I'm just curious.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it definitely looks interesting to me too. I was pretty intrigued by
Yeah.
the trailer.
And I like horror games. I mean, obviously that's brought my attention in.
Yeah.
Do you have any middle ground stuff?
Yeah. Only like 2,
Mhm.
3, I guess I'd say. So there's Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you talk. Why are you so curious about that one?
Okay. Well, not really. Okay, not really curious,
But
I
the
guess.
middle-
But yeah, middle ground. Like I gotta see more of this, I guess.
Okay.
Because I mean, Rainbow Six, it started as like a tactical shooter,
Yeah.
first person kind of thing, and over the years, it's gotten to a point where it's pretty different than that. I would say, to put it lightly. Now this Quarantine one, it's like a 3-player co-op. Maybe I'm guessing like a zombie kind of game.
Wait, there's zombies in it?
Yeah.
Oh, Quarantine does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's like pretty far from Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be just a spin-off or whatever, but I don't know if they
Mm-hmm.
should have made it a full game.
Okay.
So what are you gonna say about it?
So I had Rainbow Six Quarantine as my excited highlight.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. One, I'll go back because last time we talked about Dreamcast, and I forgot to mention this. Rainbow Six Rogue Spear was one of my favorite games for the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So that's why I became a fan of Rainbow Six.
Right.
I played the other ones for the later systems.
Did you play Rainbow Six Vegas?
Yes.
Yes.
And that was fun.
Yeah, Vegas 1 and 2 were probably my favorite Rainbow Sixes.
Yeah. Last time I said Metal Gear and Splinter Cell were one of my favorite series because tactical and espionage type of stuff.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six is along the same lines, using your tactics to finish your mission. That's why I like the Rainbow Six series, and I'm curious about Quarantine.
Oh wow.
The last Rainbow Six that came out which one was that?
Rainbow Six Siege. That was a.
Was that any good? I haven't played that one.
That's in. I think that might have been their first multiplayer only game. So it's like
Okay.
maybe you would say it was competing with Counter Strike.
Mm-hmm.
It might be like a 5v5 kind of thing.
Right.
But it was like first person shooter, but you also had classes. So you can pick a certain character that has different items and abilities than
Like
others.
a sharpshooter versus
Yeah.
explosives kind of guy.
Yeah, a guy
Okay.
that can hack stuff.
Okay. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat and all that. I had a lot of fun when I played it.
Right.
But again, it's like it's definitely a different design than the original Rainbow Six.
Siege, you're talking about?
Yes, Siege
Okay.
is different.
Okay.
So with Quarantine, I think they're going way further from that design also. Which
Interesting.
again, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I'll
Yeah.
have to see more of it, but
Which
I don't
makes
know
me
if they have to
wonder
tag
now.
on a Rainbow Six title to it.
Which makes me wonder now because, you know, like I said, Rainbow Six is always this tactical type of game, right?
Yeah.
So
thinking RPG.
if you add in zombies, how much of a tactics do you need
Zombies.
to take down zombies?
Yeah, it depends on like how you survive and
Okay.
what your main goal is per game.
Would you be mad if Solid Snake got into the zombie world?
He kind of sort of did.
He did?
Not him, but Metal Gear.
Right.
So after MGS5, and I don't know if y'all know the whole Kojima Konami
Yeah.
split thing, but after MGS5, Konami went and made a game called Metal Gear Survive using all of the MGS5 assets. And basically, it was a zombie survival game.
Were you disappointed? It sounds like you're disappointed.
Very disappointed. I don't want to play it. I have no interest in it.
Oh, dang.
It was just a cash grab, like straight up.
Because of the name alone.
Yeah.
So is that the way Metal Gear is going down?
We'll see, man. Like, oh yeah, that
Dang,
game.
man.
So I said it doesn't have Snake because yeah, it does not have Snake in it. Like he's in a cutscene in the beginning, but you don't play as him.
Dang.
Hmm.
I'm sad now.
Yeah, that's the way Metal Gear's going so far.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Um,
consider that canon or what, but that has no business being a Metal Gear game.
I'm sure other fans were mad too, right?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only games I had. Oh, that was my middle ground games.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your highlights, or should I give my highlights first?
Oh, I have two more Middle Grounds.
Okay. Yeah.
One you touched on was the Avengers game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to just dismiss that yet until I see
Yeah.
like, real gameplay.
To you, did it look unfinished also?
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed like they have sort of a rough idea of
Yeah.
what they want to do,
Yeah.
but not confident yet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ron's falling asleep over here.
You okay, man?
Yeah. I'm just tired. That's all.
I
We
hear
just
you.
finished. We just finished dinner, and this guy's already fading away.
Yeah. Nodding off.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay, yeah, that's that for the Avengers. And then another one from Ubisoft, Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
saw some of that. I didn't follow it all the way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I haven't played any of the Watch Dogs. There's 2 of them out right now.
Uh-huh.
And this Legion is like the 3rd one coming out.
Yeah.
Curious about that because if you don't know Watch Dogs, it's about a dude you play as that can like hack stuff like street lights and
Is this the
cars
guy with
and
the bandana
technology.
on his face?
yeah, that was
Okay.
the first game.
Yeah.
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 Second one was different guy, but this one apparently you can like recruit like civilians on the street to be part
Oh,
of your
wow.
hacking
That's
crew or
interesting.
whatever. And I think you can play as them. And from the trailer, they really emphasized playing as a grandma, and she had like a gun and shooting people in the head.
This
and
feels like it's inspired by Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. Oh, I haven't seen Mr. Robot, so
I haven't seen it. I just know that it's kind of it involves hacking
hacking. Okay,
and
like a group.
of hackers.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Hmm,
and
yeah, who
even
did it first?
even unknown, like people you don't think is a hacker is a hacker.
Our hackers.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
Yeah,
all
that
right.
sounds similar. But yeah, I also have to see more. The grandma thing threw me off because that was just kind of silly.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
So that's why that's on my okay list.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's it.
You have nothing. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. I can't remember if I had other ones. It's okay. There's a few from Nintendo, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Nintendo had a bunch of like DLC announcements. They had a Dragon Quest DLC for Smash Brothers, I think.
Yeah, the character Dragon Quest, the hero. I guess he's just called
Yeah.
the hero.
I thought they were Dragon Ball Z characters at first because the art kind
The
of looks
same
similar.
artist, yeah.
Yeah. What else did they announce?
Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie.
That was awesome.
I
It's a
remember
big
that.
hit.
I thought they announced just a solo game, but it was just for Smash.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The thing with that is that Banjo Kazooie, their developers Rare,
Mhm.
which is owned by Microsoft. So
Interesting.
yeah, they did a partnership. Nintendo, Microsoft, they got them in the game.
Oh wow.
Is
They have that
Sonic
kind of
in
relationship. Yeah, Sonic is in Smash.
Smash Brothers?
Mhm. That's Sega.
Did I tell you this? This off topic.
Yeah.
They said if Detective Pikachu does well and Sonic does well in the theaters, they're gonna find a way to put together a Smash Brothers movie. Did I tell you this?
I think I've heard something like that. I don't know if you told me that, but I feel like I've heard that before.
It's only gonna bank on if they do well.
Both make.
Which Pokemon is doing well. They already got a sequel.
Oh, you know, I never
greenlit.
thought of that. Like Pikachu and Sonic, they're both Smash characters.
Yeah. So they're gonna
Uh,
find a way to make that happen, like a
wow.
Smash Brothers world
Well,
universe.
here's hoping to Sonic being good. I guess.
It's already got
somehow.
it already got delayed. They got to remodel Sonic.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I can't remember the other middle ground stuff that I noticed. So I guess I go into the good highlights.
Yeah.
I'll start from the bottom. I guess this could be in both curious and good. I put this in good because it looks sweet. It was called Shadows of Hitokiri.
I think I missed that one.
From what I remember, it was a action adventure game where you're like a samurai dynasty type of character,
Mm-hmm.
along with this medieval knight
Whoa.
type of world. I think they're warring against each other.
Do you like a lot of samurai theme stuff?
Yeah.
I gotta show you one game though that showed from I think last E3.
Oh wow.
What was it called? Did you put this on your one list last time? Here's the Shadows of Hitokiri.
I don't think I put that on my list. We're watching the trailer real quick. Ubisoft. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But real quick, that samurai game I gotta show you is Ghost of Tsushima.
That's what it was.
You heard about that?
You told me last time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I forgot. Oh, that was on my list. Yeah, I don't know what your list is. I can't hear that on.
Okay.
Oh, a little bit if I stop talking. Let's see. Yeah, I can hear it very quietly. If it's not picking up, it'd be so awkward. It's just silence for a long
So
time.
I had put my microphone next to my tablet that's showing the trailer for Shadows of Hitokiri.
Hope y'all can hear that.
It looks cool. Again, I don't know if it's gonna be good. It just looks cool. That's why I have it in my highlights.
Yeah. This looks kind of like another Ubisoft game. What was it called? For Honor.
I've heard of that. I don't think I played that one. It's like a war game.
Yeah, kind of like multiplayer melee battle. I wonder if this is like the same developers or something.
I have no idea. Yeah, I just remember there was a samurai type of dude, and there was like some medieval British knight.
Yeah, dude with a giant axe. Just
Yeah.
hitting people.
So I don't know if it's like if it's action adventure or not.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's that one.
Yeah, that definitely looks a lot like For Honor.
It does look cool. I think it's not for Switch though. It sucks.
Well, PS4, PC, Xbox.
Probably most likely. Another list that
My
item
bad.
is cool.
Kicked you.
We're playing footsies.
I was trying to stretch.
1 and 2 and 1 and 2.
We already talked about this. Rainbow Six Quarantine. That's on my highlight because I like
I'm
tactical.
adjusting my mic. Sorry if it makes sounds. There we go.
ASMR. Game called. It was for the Nintendo Switch, I think, and it was during the Nintendo talk, called Gods and Monsters. Did you see that one?
That sounds like a game that's out already.
Is it?
I could be wrong. I'm
Oh,
probably
What's that
wrong
all
about that.
I read one of the articles basically saying
Mm-hmm.
the main thing it said was Zelda meets mythology.
My goodness.
It does sound familiar. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's going to be like an open world type, like Breath of the Wild, mixed with like Zeus and the
think I have
sirens
heard of
type
that.
of things.
Gods and Monsters.
It looks cool. I'm curious. I'm also into Greek mythology stuff too, like Odyssey. And
Oh yeah, I did see this.
is it brand new? Or is it ported? What is it?
Yes, it's brand new.
Oh,
It is.
Interesting.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to look into that too.
guys, I'm just a guy that's kind of brand new into video games still. So if I don't know this stuff, I don't know it.
Fine. Not everyone's into it.
I'm curious about that one.
February 25th, 2020 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
That is on the Switch.
2020 's
Did you say that? right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclusive, right?
I'm seeing PC, Xbox One, PS4, and
Oh.
Switch.
Come on, Nintendo.
We gotta
Um,
share the love, man.
Yeah.
This is for sure a Nintendo exclusive. I think I've talked about this in nauseum before already. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah.
They talked about it more on E3. I think they announced new characters or new downloadable packages,
Mm.
whatever it
Wow.
was called. So they're gonna have the Fantastic Four as characters, the X-Men as characters, and I forgot the other. There's a third one.
You're talking about the DLC?
Yeah, it's a third group of characters. It was Fantastic Four, X-Men. Oh, I'm such a bad fan.
The Immortals.
I don't think
That's
so.
just a shot in the dark.
Spider-Verse probably. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy.
That would be sweet.
Um,
Peter Porker.
Peter Porker,
Peter Poker.
Peter A. Parker, and Peter B. Parker.
Noir. Spider-Man Noir.
That's a great movie.
Or Spider Pig.
Yeah, I talked about a lot already. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. Hopefully you'll get it so we could play online now that I got it online now.
Yep.
One game, the first game I noted that as a highlight, made by Bethesda. It's called Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh. That's Bethesda?
Yes.
Okay.
I made a note of that when I saw the trailer.
Oh,
this
right
game
on.
looks sweet.
Ghostwire. Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Oh, you're
is
right,
this
it
a
is Bethesda.
sequel of some sort? I don't know.
I'm not familiar with if it is,
Ghostwire.
but yeah, the whole thing
didn't-
looked
I didn't
really
pull it up.
interesting.
Yeah.
When you're watching the trailer, did you think of Thanos?
Ghostwire?
Yeah. There's a lot of people disappearing like out of nowhere. So.
Yes. I thought of Ghost in the Shell and Thanos, like Avengers type stuff.
Yeah.
Which was because I like games in the city that takes place and you can interact with all that stuff.
Yeah. See, that's another one. I'm really intrigued by.
Mhm.
I just want to see gameplay though.
Yeah, that's true.
Me three.
But it does look sweet. Like
Yeah.
before
Very
I said that sci-fi is my thing.
Mhm.
Watch the trailer again.
Yeah. Ghostwire Tokyo.
There you go.
There's a lot of people in the subway on their phones.
But yeah, I get what you're saying now. You're more into seeing gameplay than just trailers because anybody could cut up a good trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one I'd say is a good cinematic trailer because it's like you don't know what's fully going on, so it gets your attention.
Oh,
I guess,
wow.
kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of other trailers they might be a little too vague, where you have no clue what's going on, and it's like, how are you going to play this game?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the next thing I would like to see from this is gameplay.
Again, with the trailer being vague and not too vague, in Avengers A-Day, did Captain America die in that exploding ship?
Yeah, he did. That much I got.
Okay. And
I
I
don't
guess,
think he's completely dead though.
yeah, and I guess it takes place years later,
I think so.
and the Avengers had broken up because Cap died or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Cap's always
But I
doing
don't think
something.
he's dead because it was like during that trailer, like the gameplay-esque scenes where you couldn't tell.
Mhm.
They had it in the perspective of it looked like you were playing as Captain America. And I don't think they would spend time programming him as playable if they're just going to kill him off. So he's going to come back
Well,
in
I
some
mean,
fashion.
I mean, they could just have that as a very early stage because, like in Metal Gear 2, you're Solid Snake for like just that one.
Yeah, true. But they play like to that Snake and Raiden, they played really similar.
Oh,
Like their
right.
animations
Right,
were
right,
different,
right.
but playing as both of them,
Right.
same. But Captain America, he's gonna have different moves from like Hulk and
Gotcha. I see.
Iron Man and Black Widow.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's all I had for my looking forward to list.
Go.
What you got?
Let me find my phone. Turn around. Where did I put it?
Behind him.
Here we go. Good. Now I have more goods than the other ones.
Oh, cool.
This is kind of a big list. Can we just go down it? Like, how do you want to do this?
I started mine from the bottom of the list
Okay.
to the top.
Man, you always making orders. I don't have an order for
I mean, I don't have an order either. It's just one from what I wrote down.
All right,
That's
cool,
all
cool.
it was. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll just start from the beginning and go down.
Okay.
In no particular order. Excuse me. Yeah.
No particular order.
As you said before, Roller Champions. That's one I have on my good list.
Okay.
Because I am intrigued. I love Rocket League, and I think competition is good. So
Yeah.
hopefully this will live up to the hype.
I just looked it up on YouTube. There's one video that already says Roller Champions is fun. So,
Cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it is. Like, yeah, that's the thing for me to be wary about too is things that are just that come out recently,
Mhm.
and a lot of it could be just hype. Like it's exciting because it is new,
Right.
but we'll see if it has a lasting impression.
Gotcha.
This game, World of Champions, I think comes out like 2020 next year, which kind of surprises me because they did have that open beta
Right.
recently. But they're probably gonna have more
Okay.
between
I think
now and then.
I think it's probably just to feel people's reactions and see if they get edited.
Yeah.
By the time they release it. So.
Now, okay, this next one, I was hoping Tino would be able to record because I really want to get his opinion on this one,
Okay.
which is probably the only one he cared about. But Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Okay. Yeah, I remember him talking about that.
yeah, that game looked amazing to me. Like, so original was turn based, and all that, and I think that's why I didn't get into it back then.
Right.
But yeah, this new one has a brand new combat system and everything.
So it's not turn based no more.
No, I think you can kind of play it as turn based if you wanted to,
Right.
but also more real time if you wanted to as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really curious. This one I missed out on when it first came out, so it's gonna be sweet. The remake.
Interesting.
Really curious.
This first came out in PS2?
PS1. It was like 4 discs, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
But they said this one, the remake, is gonna be like episodic. So I don't know how many parts it is.
Where did it last end off? I remember there was Final Fantasy 12?
Like the latest one?
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And they went back to remake an old one? I guess that's...
This is the most popular one, man.
I
FF7?
guess. I remember the one for PS2 was Final Fantasy 8? With the guy with the blonde hair and the girl. I don't know.
The sword?
Probably. It's not Cloud.
Right.
Some other dude.
Yeah.
FF8 was Squall.
It was the guy. He was on the cover. He was in the water looking up.
Oh, that was 10.
Okay, that's 10. Okay.
I don't know if it's Titus or Titus.
Might be Titus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know a little about Final Fantasy. I never finished them. Never got close, but my family's played a lot.
I finished none.
Yeah, me neither. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, interested in that. Link's Awakening. That's on my good list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I finished that one when it was on Game Boy. Played it a lot, but never finished it.
This one might be funner because obviously the graphics are different now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious about the graphics. I'm not like in love with the graphics.
Yeah.
The aesthetics they chose, I think they're good. Doesn't wow me in particular, but it works for it, I think. So I like it.
Right.
Speaking of Zelda, Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yes. I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
I didn't see much, but I'm sure it's going to be the same mechanics somewhat.
Yeah. I think this is the first time they're doing like a straight sequel of a Zelda game. They've had Ocarina of Time and then Majora's Mask, but I think those were two separate stories. They used the same assets and everything, but separate stories. But this one, they just straight up said it was a sequel.
Right.
What was I going to say about this? It also... What was I going to say about Breath of the Wild too?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a DLC for the first game,
It's a whole entire game.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, this looks like really cool DLC, man. I'll probably get this. Then they straight up said it was a sequel, which I never even thought about it would happen so soon.
Yeah. It's like been, 3 years, 4 years since?
I think it came out in 2017, maybe. So like 2 years?
Came out with Switch, so...
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
17.
Like that. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Breath of the Wild, it could have easily been in that top 5 of all time that I had last week. Just too many games to handle. But yeah, love Breath of the Wild, so I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah. Again, I wish I finished Zelda Breath of the Wild, but
that notorious elephant.
I cannot get past the elephant, man.
I feel like that elephant's come up a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, I can't. So if you guys haven't picked up on it, I haven't beat Breath of the Wild because of the one elephant stage where you fight that one boss. I told Ricky this numerous times already, but I didn't have weapons going into the elephant. all I had was a tree branch, a few soup ladles, and a shovel to fight the one boss. And the only way I had a chance against that one boss inside the elephant was with the grenades. What is it called?
Something bombs or something. I forget what the
So-
proper name was.
So those bombs that's unlimited amount. I kept using that until I couldn't figure out a way to get beyond whatever phase
Yeah.
of the boss was. So I decided, like, dang, I can't beat this guy with soup ladles and sticks. I need to go and find some more weapons, like actual weapons. So I left the elephant, got some weapons, but I couldn't find my way back in. It took me like a whole month, and I gave up.
Oh man.
So can you tell me, how do I get back inside the elephant?
I mean, I never left the elephant, so I don't know how to get back inside once you get in.
I just remembered I had some mermaid dude help me swim into
Yeah.
that.
The waterfall and everything.
Yeah.
I think can you fast travel there? Teleport?
I had no idea.
You might be able to do that.
If I did, I missed it. I'm dumb.
That that elephant, it got me puzzled for a little while too.
I figured out all the
stuff.
puzzles. I got to the boss, but again, you can't beat anybody with a soup ladle.
You gotta come prepared, man.
I didn't know, man.
It's all good.
I did not know. Anyway, that's my story. Continue. I know you have
Yeah.
more on your list.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
You know what Outer Worlds?
I think I missed that one.
It's a sci-fi game.
That sounds interesting.
Made by the people who did Fallout New Vegas, which I don't think you know about.
I know of it.
You
Yeah.
know of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, what were they called? Oh, I'm blanking on the studio name, but they're pretty cool.
I forgot to.
It's gonna bother me
Yeah.
because I know it, but I
Fact
just
check.
can't
Fact
remember
check.
it. Yeah, that looks great because it, it's the same team that did New Vegas, which is is my favorite Fallout game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. Excited to see what they can do with a brand new world.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have those limitations of trying to or having to stay faithful to the lore and whatnot.
It was Bethesda.
Yeah, but that is the publisher, but the developers were Obsidian Entertainment. That's who they were. You see that anywhere? Obsidian.
Nope. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean here. Yeah. I see it now.
Okay, right on. That was gonna bother me if I didn't tell you that. That's Obsidian.
Not a true gamer, Ricky.
Sorry.
Sorry, y'all. It's okay.
There's that one, and then so the next one. I don't know if they showed at E3, but this is the one you showed me. The trailer that came out a couple
Oh.
months ago was Astral Chain.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Duh.
Was that at E3?
Yeah, they had
Okay.
the long gameplay. There was a 20-minute video I didn't watch.
Oh man, I gotta see a little bit of that.
We can watch it later after this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that one I'm excited for. I told you this already before, but it's directed by the same dude who did Nier Automata.
I
Yeah,
never heard of that
Automata,
one.
yeah.
So if it's like similar to Astral Chain, I'm sure that one's pretty good
Yeah.
too.
So that Nier game was
Yeah.
awesome to me. So I'm excited to see what this one's all about.
Real quick, the Astral Chain, I think I liked it because the gameplay looked like, or it reminded me of kind of like Devil May Cry, where you just go and do combos on
Yeah.
bad guys and
Mhm.
stuff.
And that's how Nier was. the
Okay,
Nier game too.
Cool.
So similar gameplay looks
But this
like.
one's more sci-fi, so I really dig it.
Yeah. Next one, Trials of Mana.
I think I saw some of that on E E3.
Yeah, I guess it's part of the Secret Mana series. But I remember playing. This is actually a remake they're doing. The original game was on the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna butcher this because it's in Japanese, but Seiken Densetsu 3 it was called.
Good try.
Yeah, thank you. And I remember me and David used to play that on the
Mhm.
SNES emulator. Now they're remaking it. This is the first time it's gonna be in the US, I think.
In like modern graphics.
Yeah, modern graphics.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that one I'm very excited for just because nostalgia.
You pal?
Next, we're not gonna talk about that.
I said in Khmer.
No, I'm just kidding. Doom Eternal.
I saw that.
I'm excited. I
Oh,
love
wow,
the
Doom?
first Doom. Yeah.
Did you play the one for Switch? Sorry.
Not for Switch, but that same game on PC. Just
Yeah.
a Doom. It's just called
Yeah.
Doom, I think.
Okay.
But the most recent one. Yeah. Amazing gameplay. One of my favorite gameplays for an FPS game, I think. Everything
Yeah.
was so satisfying. Just the shooting and
Yeah.
you got to move around and dodge and
Right.
all the mechanics. It's good. So I'm excited. This one looks like the first one, but everything looks better.
Mhm.
Next, now this wasn't at E3, and we talked about it a little bit, but I'll just put it out there again. Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Very excited.
It's exclusive for Sony, right?
Yeah, PS4.
Probably why.
exclusive.
Yeah, it wasn't there. Okay.
But yeah, Kojima, MGS, that legacy.
Yeah.
Very excited. Next we have Cyberpunk 2077.
We talked about that a little bit, right? Earlier.
Yeah, about Keanu Reeves and all that.
What kind of game is it? Is it action adventure type?
Yeah, like this one's in first person,
Okay.
but it is kind of action adventure. I think you get a skill tree, you can level up your character,
Okay.
roam around the city, take missions, side missions, and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So this got made by the guys that did Witcher 3, which again I said was probably my favorite game of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
time, CD Projekt Red. So, plus I like sci-fi a lot. Well,
Yeah.
kind of off topic, I guess, sort of. But do you prefer sci-fi over fantasy?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I think me too.
In which aspects, like film, all around?
Just overall, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'd never gotten to Game of Thrones. Probably that's another unpopular opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Me too.
At one point, I was into Lord of the Rings, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Sci-fi stuff. I like Aliens, like Stranger Things. I'm into that. That's sci-fi, right?
Black Mirror.
Black
it's
Mirror,
kinda sci-fi.
totally sci-fi. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
cool. Just
overall,
curious.
overall sci-fi
Yeah.
then fantasy.
Right. Yeah.
That was a long answer.
No, it's fine. I asked the question. Yeah. So that's Cyberpunk. Next one. Damn, who was this? This was Bethesda.
Mhm.
Published it, but the developers Arcane Studios, who did Prey and Dishonored. I don't know if you know those games.
I heard of Dishonored.
Yeah, they're making this brand new game called Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
Never
What's
seen
that
that.
all
I gotta
about?
show you the trailer for that if you haven't seen it.
I gotta look it up now.
It's like a guy it's not gameplay trailer, but it looks really interesting.
Mhm.
As far as I can tell, it's like a guy and a girl.
Mhm.
They keep trying to kill each other to either end the cycle or keep the cycle going.
Interesting.
But yeah, we'll see the game. I think the gameplay. I mean, the game trailer explains it better than I could, basically.
I think I found it. It's another sci-fi. It looks like.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. I think that one we'll have to save for the end too,
Yeah.
because you gotta pay attention to that one.
Yeah, we'll watch it later.
But yeah, that's all I have on my good. Oh no, there's not. One more is, and this is sort of an indie game. Is
On sleep, y'all.
yeah, Russ falling asleep at the mic.
Just sit back. You sit back. You're good.
There you go.
Yeah, you could. You don't have to hold it. You're good. Sorry.
It's all right. Hollow Knight's Silk Song. So Hollow Knight's, it's a game that was gonna recommend you because I know that one's on the Switch.
Uh-huh.
It's a Metroidvania. I don't know if you know what Metroidvania is. You'll probably take a guess.
I know Metroid.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
what? Hollow Knights?
Yeah.
Like
so,
Like a mythical
Hollow Knights.
Knight?
So it's like it's I guess it's like a subgenre. They call it Metroidvania because it's like Metroid and Castlevania.
Oh, I
Those
see.
kind of games where it's like a 2D, like a big open map, but it's 2D, right? And you got to go all around the map, try to unlock new abilities so you can unlock more of the map and get to where
Okay.
you need to go.
Yeah.
That's a simple explanation of it.
Okay.
But,
Makes sense.
Yeah, I recommend that one to you. But this one is the sequel coming out. That was a great game, so I'm excited for that.
How many games you beat so far, man, in your lifetime?
Too many.
Dang, man.
Oh wow. Probably more than me.
The art does look good on this, on the Hollow Knight
Yeah.
Silk Song.
Looks great, isn't it?
You ever played that game Limbo?
Yes, that was a great game.
I feel like
Didn't you play that?
for a little bit, I never beat it.
Uh.
But I feel like now is a good time to port it somewhere, Switch.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't know why that hasn't come out yet. Who's the developers?
I forgot their names, but they also did a game after Limbo
Mhm.
called Inside. I think it's called Inside,
Right.
which I thought was even better than Limbo, in my opinion. That was great.
Limbo was low key pretty morbid.
Yeah.
Because remember, I think if you do fall into like a pit or on spikes, was it? They had spikes in it. There's blood, right?
I think so. I can't remember. I played it a long time ago.
Yeah. I wish I beat it. I bought it for the Mac store for my laptop. I just never got to finish it. I forgot why, because I think because I got stuck on the stage again.
Yeah.
I think there's a pattern here. Every time I get stuck, I just quit.
Same as
Fair
me.
enough.
Same as me.
You have more on your excited list?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm probably missing a bunch more, but just, probably forgot about them for now.
I feel like there was so much more that Nintendo announced. Because, I mean, that's the only one I kept up with.
Yeah, let me pull up the thing for Nintendo quick, because I'm sure we're missing a lot.
Oh, there's an article here from GameSpot that said new Nintendo Switch models have already entered production.
Oh, yeah, I thought they were going to talk about that.
What are they going to do with it?
So there's one supposed to be a higher end model, like
Okay.
higher specs.
Like a Pro, basically.
Yeah, Pro, and then a light, I think.
A light, like a DS type of thing?
You mean like cosmetically, like how they have the original, then they have like the S model, like iPhone?
Yeah, something similar to that. Like the light model is supposed to have less features. Like I think the Joy-Cons don't have gyro controls or whatever.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have waited and got the Pro. Well,
Yeah.
it's been like 3 years already, so sorry.
Animal Crossing, New Horizon. I love Animal Crossing.
I never played it, man.
That's all right. I haven't played it in a while.
I saw the game, but I got into it a couple times, but I lost interest in
I'm gonna get back into this when it comes out.
What
I'm
can you
excited.
compare that to? Like Sims? Or Farmville?
Sorta, kinda.
Or like Farmville?
I never played Farmville, so I couldn't say.
Okay. I never played either. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you go around town, build your town up, and all that.
Apparently that's been delayed.
Yeah.
From what I remembered.
Yeah, because they didn't want their developers going through the game dev crunch.
Yeah,
crunch
we
time
talked
and all
about that a little bit in the car.
Yeah.
Another thing, I probably missed it, but I never played the first two, is Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, I see this right here too. I haven't played either of them.
I mean, if they made a third one, it's got to be fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they might be porting the old ones to Switch.
okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
That'll be cool.
I feel like I should give some of these games a shot, like the sequels or something, because obviously if they made a sequel, it's probably fun. I could be wrong.
Mhm. Hey, they got the Switcher 3 coming. Witcher 3 coming to Switch.
The Switch of Witches. Yeah, I saw that.
That's probably gonna be like heavily downgraded in the graphics department.
I mean, if
So,
it's still
I don't know.
playable, then I'll give it a pass. But yeah, if it's like not,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, the graphics to me doesn't matter too much, but I wonder if the frame rate's gonna get really bogged down because there's a lot going on in that game.
Right.
We talked about this Contra a little bit.
Marvel's game. Oh, I wrote this down too. I don't know. I mean, I saw the trailers and reviews of the first two, but there's a game called No More Heroes 3.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played any of those?
I haven't played any of them.
It looked the trailer looked fun.
What's that all about?
I think it's just another one of those beat 'em up kind of games.
Oh, like
Is that right? Like a beat 'em up type.
As far as I know, I don't know too much about those games, but
It looked
that's-
cool because a guy, he just jumped from a high tower building, armor came from his coat, flew away,
Yeah,
and then jumped on some spaceship and fought some guys.
I know that guy's name is Travis Touchdown.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
what a cool name.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll dig it too much. Astral Chain we talked about, which looks awesome. Sonic, Mario, and Friends in a sporting spectacular. Olympics.
yeah. They
That
always make
game?
those Mario and Sonic Olympic games.
Yeah,
that's like a
I
series.
just
now.
remember when they were competing a long time ago. Now it's like they breast reference.
Yep.
Resident Evil ports 5 and 6.
Yeah, a lot of ports going on. A lot of ports.
Did you ever play Splatoon?
A little bit. David has it.
Is it fun? I never played it. I don't.
David says it's fun. I think he really liked it.
I'm curious. You played Arms?
Yes, a little bit also.
I couldn't get into that. The physics was weird for
Right.
me. What
It seemed more like a tech demo for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
The gyro and everything.
Yeah,
Alien Isolation is getting ported. Have you played that
I
one?
haven't played Aliens yet.
I think you'll like that. If you like scary games.
Spyro?
The Spyro the Dragon trilogy.
Oh, it sounds like a port.
Yeah.
Um,
Cooney. Studio Ghibli. Is it Ghibli?
Ghibli? I don't know. Something like that, yeah.
That's their game. right there.
Miyazaki?
Mhm.
Oh, he has a game out?
Mm. I'm gonna use Miyazaki, but the studio they
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Oh, the Xbox game. It was Xbox?
Probably.
That's my throat. There was a Minecraft, but a different view of it.
Minecraft Dungeons. Yeah, it's supposed to be like Diablo. You know what Diablo is?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's like that, like isometric view.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
I don't think you can build.
He has a case on there.
We're falling apart here.
Yeah, Roeun falling asleep. Me knocking my iPad over.
It's
And
frog in
Ricky
your
being the
throat.
loudest one. In the
What's happening?
I don't know. It's that dang food we had.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, here's one I wanted to touch on real quick. You know what Dark Crystal
I
is?
saw that. So I first saw that as a trailer for Netflix. It's a game?
So apparently it's an old. I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but an old thing from the 80s.
Was it made by Jen Hansen, the Muppets guy?
I don't know. Maybe.
It was the movie with David Bowie?
Yeah, I want to say yes,
Something Maze.
but I haven't seen it.
The Maze or something like that. Damn. Everybody's gonna hate me.
It's okay. Me too.
But yeah, I saw that. I'm curious. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, so it's supposedly like there's that Netflix Dark Crystal series, which I guess is like a sequel to the original thing that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're having a game
As a
based
companion.
on it. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing.
Cool marketing. It's like a 80s marketing or 90s marketing type
Yeah,
of
true.
strategy.
The tie-ins,
Yeah.
tactics RPG, even. Wow.
I found a list here called the missing games of E3.
What?
I'm gonna read some off.
Yeah.
See if anything rings a bell to you. Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. This is like games that they didn't talk about really.
Yeah.
Okay. Elder Scrolls 6 that's a huge game when it comes out.
I haven't
Bethesda.
followed those.
Gigantic.
Oh, I can't believe we missed this. One game that I probably didn't play a lot of, but it was fun when I did play it. Gears
Yeah.
of War.
Oh yeah.
I remember the
That looked
first one.
fun.
Yeah, I remember.
I
the
got to
first
see more
one.
gameplay on that one.
Really?
Yeah, Jeremy is a huge Gears of War fan.
He told me he was like ranked. What?
Yeah, like number
3 or
2. No,
4?
8. Number 8 in the world for Gears 2, I think.
on a
something like that.
360, right?
Yeah. He's excited about that one. I still got to see more gameplay on that for me.
Didn't they have another one fairly recently, but it didn't do so well?
Yeah, Gears of War
Part
4. Oh, Judgment maybe.
Was it?
That's the what was that Outriders game or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah, that's being made by the Gears of War Judgment people.
Oh,
Which I mean, they could
Uh,
have gotten better
yeah.
since then.
who knows? But that had bad reviews. The Gears of War Judgment.
Judgment, yeah. I'm pretty sure anyways because they said it wasn't the same.
Oh, okay. Another one here called Gears Tactics. That's grammatically incorrect.
Gears Tactics.
Looks like a over the head. I don't know what that's called.
Oh, this thing. This
Let me
is
see.
a cash grab, I think.
Is it?
It's like Gears and Pop, like the Pop figures.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And they're making like a mobile game. That's a red flag right there. Mobile games.
I see it right here. Yeah, Gears 5 and Pop.
I don't know why they decided those two would make a good combination. That's on my bad list. I forgot about that. It was so bad I forgot about it.
I can't believe that Nintendo didn't announce this.
Yeah, I think they're working on it.
Yeah, Metroid's 4.
Yeah, we have to say, we're just looking at
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't part of the initial release of the Switch.
Yeah, I think it has like some production issues or development issues.
Or
They've
not.
announced it
Yeah.
officially, but no trailer or gameplay or anything yet.
When was the recent Metroid? Was it GameCube?
Uh,
It's been a while if it was GameCube.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was Wii. There was one for Wii. Oh, like Other M, but that was designed by not Nintendo but Platinum Games, which is a
Mhm.
different company.
It probably wasn't the same then.
Yeah.
Because I do want to play Metroid again. I remember Super Metroid. That was super fun.
Yep.
I meant to say Super twice.
Yeah, the Prime series, Metro Prime
Mhm.
series. I haven't played them really, but I think I would be interested in playing them all.
The next one is Starfield. I never heard of this. By Bethesda.
Yeah, so this is a game they're trying to make before Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh,
This is a brand new game.
like
Only
in
the name's been
Starfield.
announced. That's it.
Todd Howard both titles. Never heard of this one. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, I'm excited. The first one was awesome. It was kind of like Zelda-esque, but it's like a sci-fi Zelda.
Oh snap!
Yeah, but 2 looks way different from 1.
That sounds fun.
Ubisoft, that one.
I think I've seen this around.
Bayonetta 3, that's Platinum Games.
Is it fun?
I never played it, but gameplay is like Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Another one for you. Last of Us Part 2.
Yep,
Was not announced, but I know it's delayed. That's all I know about it.
A A lot of stuff I got.
Can't wait for that one.
I feel like there's more survival type games that I want to play, but I never got a chance to between the time of my PS3 crashing to now.
Yeah.
Session? What is this? Heard of this?
And my guess is a skateboarding game.
Oh, I thought it was like a horror type game.
The VHS.
Yeah.
One or the other. They should make that a skateboarding horror game.
I guess that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Right away from
Skate away from
the
the
zombies.
killer.
Yeah. There's obviously paragraphs under these. I'm not reading the paragraphs. Skull and Bones looks like a pirate game.
Oh yeah. So that one, I don't know if you even care, but that's based on
Caribbean.
You know Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
There were Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It was like a pirate game. Or it was Assassin's Creed, but you were playing as a pirate. A pirate assassin.
Yeah.
And they had this whole boat mechanic. You can fight overseas and you have your own crew and upgrade your ship and everything. And that did really well. That was the best part of the game. So they made their own standalone game where it's just that portion.
And is this Skull and Bones?
Yeah. Ubisoft.
Need for Speed. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Oh, they're saying this wasn't announced. Were they?
Yeah, it's not announced.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Another racing game. I don't know how to say it. Neo 2.
Neo 2.
NIOH 2.
I'm not too familiar with this. I think it's supposed to be like Dark Souls.
Age of Empires 4. I've heard of it. I mean, I never cared for it.
Same. Respect though.
In the Valley of Gods. What is this?
I think that one is supposed to be like Shadow of the Colossus.
It says Firewatch was a humdinger.
Oh, okay.
Of a
I'm wrong
debut
about that. Firewatch is great.
Yeah. Dragon Age 4. Never.
Yeah.
I've heard of Dragon Age.
BioWare.
Fable 4. Rocksteady's new game. Batman.
They made Batman games. Yeah, see, a lot of these games are not okay, but
They're on the meh, right?
no. A lot of these are good, but it's just if you haven't heard about them for a while, then it's hard to say where they're at.
Yeah.
Like timeline wise of when they're gonna be released.
Did you have this on your list?
My PS4 list that I made a list of games I wanted to play that were like exclusive for the PS4, so I can justify buying one, and that was on the list.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
that's what it was. That's it for this list. Anything else that I don't know. I've been out of games so long. I don't know what's not even in talks anymore. Like last time you were excited for Splinter Cell and hoping they would announce it.
Yeah, they didn't. Kind of sad.
Was that ever speculation or what?
I don't think so. Well, like, what's the dude's name? Sam Fisher, that whole Splinter Cell thing.
Yeah,
they've been referenced in Ubisoft games.
So that kind of gave you a hint or a clue or something.
Like he was a whole character in one of the DLCs for Ghost Recon, which is another Tom Clancy game.
Yeah.
So I thought like, oh, he's gonna make his comeback and everything, but nothing.
They're making a new Call of Duty, right?
Yeah. It's called Modern Warfare. For real.
Part 5?
I think it might be like a reboot or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It'd probably be 2.
It's just called Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
The next generation.
Yeah.
That's all the Nintendo one I've seen so far. Well, that was a Nintendo, but the unannounced games people wanted announced.
Yeah, a lot of those that showed up at like last E3. That's why they were expecting more.
Oh, okay. I see. Anything that you hope were announced but weren't? I mean, Splinter Cell, obviously, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Are they done with Silent Hill?
That's a tough one, man, because, Kojima was making...
Oh, that's right,
Silent
he was.
Hills.
And that's another thing I forgot to talk about was PT.
Yeah.
Was that Kojima too?
Mm-hmm. That was like the... I forgot what PT stands for, but...
Playable trailer, wasn't it? That's what it stands for.
For Silent Hills.
Yeah. Oh, man. They had Norman Reedus as the character at the end. Was it right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That trailer alone was creepy. Oh, my goodness.
That was something else, man. They were...
And it looked real.
On something else, man.
The graphics was nuts. And why they... Oh, gosh.
I'm so curious to how that would have turned out.
It would have been probably the best Silent Hill game. Oh, man.
You get Kojima on a horror game? That's a match right there.
Yeah. What else was that? I think that's it for me.
Yeah, there's not too much more I can remember.
Or look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, pretty solid E3. Not the best, not the worst.
Would you say this is one of the down years, like the not so good years of E3
Yeah,
or
I think
video games in general?
now that I'm thinking about it, I think a lot of it's because they're trying to gear up on their next gen consoles. You know,
Yeah.
the next Sony console, the next or Microsoft console.
Is that a common pattern? Like when you know that a next generation console is coming out, but it's not ready yet, but you still want to put out some product for the current generation.
I haven't really noticed it until recently.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, that's my guess is that they're spending more of their resources getting ready for the next ones.
Yeah, yeah. Dang, man.
So that means, you know, the next E3 should be really good, maybe. We'll see.
Which is weird. Going back to like, I'm looking forward for new technologies and at E3. They didn't really dive into VR.
Yeah.
Is that just now like one of those gimmicks like 3D is? Like 3D glasses, I mean.
We'll see, because I know that Valve, they're working on like 3 full titles
Yeah.
for the VR stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
So I wonder if people are waiting to see how that turns out. Like if it's a big hit, then people will keep riding that wave.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who made Vive? HTC?
Yeah, HTC Vive.
Are they doing anything else with that, or is it just there now? Like it's nothing.
I don't know. I haven't really kept up with that, so I'm not totally sure.
I know they have Oculus 2 now, right? Or
I'm out of the VR game.
I wish they kept making that stuff. I think that could have been the future. It could still be the future, but I don't know. But
they just got to make more in-depth games, because a lot of the things that did come out were, I felt like, just like tech demos and stuff, you know.
Yeah, like
you can do a little bit here and there, but no full complete game.
What was that one Office game that they had?
Office Simulator.
That's what it was. Yeah, that. Remember that one game we played? It was basically you're web slinging to one tree to tree.
Oh yeah.
I think at one point I did lose my balance. It kind of messed me up so bad.
Yeah, that one was like you were actually swinging.
The one game we played at Jeremy's house was a zombie game. We had killed zombies. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I think I hit somebody in the head.
That VR is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the future. It's cloud this year or next coming years.
Yeah, I really got to look into more of this cloud thing.
Yeah. Roeun, any last thoughts?
Everybody listen to the Full Timers podcast.
He woke up. Ricky? E3 thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, again, pretty solid overall. Looking forward to the future. A lot of exciting stuff. I mean, it wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Is next year the next generation of games, like those consoles, I mean, for sure? Or is it?
Yeah, because I think Project Scarlet that Microsoft won is holiday of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So Sony's probably going to have one around the same time.
The PS5.
Yeah.
Right.
So next E3, you know, that's probably going to be huge. They're going to have all these launch titles for them and everything. So we'll see.
You think they're going to announce a new Switch? Well, they're making Switch models.
Yeah, this year. I thought they would have announced those at this E3.
E3.
Curious.
You think they're in the market for another console already or no?
No, just those reiterations they're trying to do.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
Final thoughts, Ricky, in general? Before we close it out?
Eat well, sleep healthy.
Get some sleep. Looking at you, Roeun.
I think I said eat well, sleep healthy.
You could, yeah. Sleep healthy?
Sleep well, eat healthy. You can do both.
Some ways. I don't know.
Why not all three?
I'm gonna go with
two.
I'm gonna go with it. Eat well, sleep healthy.
Yeah. That's your new tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we close the show, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that listened. I know we did a two-parter better than our shit.
3 episodes back to back to back.
Was it 3 episodes? I'm getting tongue twisted.
Yeah.
He's getting
We're a little
tongue-tied.
loopy.
We usually do a bi-weekly show, but we did 3 episodes back to back.
To back.
To back.
Too bad.
So we're gonna go back to our bi-weekly schedule after
Yeah.
this. So next week you're not gonna hear us, but the week after you will, which is my birthday weekend. That weekend.
Woo.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm turning the big 29. Okay.
Why not?
The big 29. My final year in my 20s. Am I an adult yet?
That's up to you.
Are you an adult yet? You're 28.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. We're adults
I
now.
guess technically.
Yeah.
We're adults now and
We're all adults.
playing video games.
Yeah.
Adults play video games now. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody that listens to our show. Shout out to Varak for being a loyal fan, listening to every episode. Varak, if you hear this, we love you, miss you. We hope you get you on the show soon.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
come on a
Appreciate
future one of our future podcast episodes. Yeah, just hit us up.
Also, shout out to he's on Instagram _Ty no $. He's also a faithful fan, always giving his love on our social medias. Shout out to you. His podcast is Comic Book and Brews. Also, he started a new one called We Are Cap Soul, something like that. I'll look it up. I'll put it in the show notes in the description of this show. Yeah, that's it. Who else? What else? Any shout outs, Ricky?
I was gonna say shout out to Varak too. You already said that.
Oh yeah, your family's listening. If they're listening to this
Hey
now,
guys.
go just talk to Ricky about this. He knows you guys listen. Just bring it up to him.
It wasn't supposed to be a secret. It's just it's like a Kawhi situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just go on about it.
Podcast.
Any of your peoples listen, Roeun?
Yeah. Shout out to all my favorite people. You know who you are. And shout out to thank you to everybody that's listening to the podcast right now, or going to listen to the podcast, or knows about the podcast. And follow us on all the social medias.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Fulltimers Pod. Find me at Vilacron on Instagram and Twitter. You can find Roeun Yin at Roeun Yin on Instagram and Twitter. You can find Ricky here in Essence. He lives in a soundboard. He's not a real person. He's a ghost in the machine, literally.
Yeah.
You're not going to see his face. He's like the other ghost face.
Yeah, he literally comes out when we come record the episodes.
My nephew listens, the 15-year-old nephew. He listens to this.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he wants to be on, but I don't know which topic we should bring him on. But we'll figure it out.
Cool.
And that's it. That is episode 7. Hit the clap button. Yellow.
There we go.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.